Could you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Sebastian. Sebastian Ngungu.
Okay, now, I understand that you played for Cowboy Warriors for a long time. When did you start playing?
It was in 1966.
For Cowboy Warriors? But when did you actually start playing football?
1955.
What team was that with? And in the course of that, there was a game later in April 1961 with where Rowan United played again, or they were United Rowan at that time, played against Mufulira United. And that match was the first of a mixed team, i.e. a black and white team, but with players of both races, where they played against a white team, and it was illegal at the time. Do you remember those days and that match in particular?
Yeah, I remember myself. That time I was working for the mines.
Right, so in this particular match, a man called Ginger Pensulo scored the goal, and that goal led to more matches in all around the Copper Belt and in Zambia as a whole. You remember that as well?
Of course, yes.
Can you tell us anything about those days and those matches when it was illegal for blacks and whites to play together, but they did? Were you part of teams that that played together as well?
I was there, yes.
And what do you recall about those days? Was there any pressure of thinking that the police were going to come and arrest people, or was it like you was just concentrated on the football?
Yeah, concentration on me.
Now, eventually, these matches led to the foundation of the National Football League in February 1962. All these matches involved teams that had both black and white players and were illegal. Do you recall those matches and the first season at all? 1962 season. Do you remember that?
Of course, yes.
How did you play, and how good a player was Ginger Penso himself?
It was good. It was just too good.
Too good.
Yeah.
So you would say he was one of the icons of Zambian football at that time?
Yeah.
Would you say he was the best player or one of the best players?
One of the best.
Who else would you say was up there with him?
The people like some of them are dead.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if they're dead or not, but who were they that were these players that carried the National Football League in its early days?
This young boy, the older brother to Wadia, Thomas.
Thomas Wadi.
Yeah, Thomas was afraid. Because this chap was playing center forward. Zumunjovu was in the team also, but you see, the elder brother to Thomas is now dead.
Okay, well, these players, they were risking arrest, and football was playing a big part in the anti-colonial movement, but it was a hidden one. It was essentially the showing a good example that blacks and whites work together, and all the stereotypes that you yourself would have been brought up with, that blacks and whites cannot mix together, they cannot work together, and that there was a hierarchy where white people were higher than blacks, and that everybody should know their place. Football helped to break that down. Is that correct or not?
It's correct.
And how did people react when they started seeing this generation of footballers who were playing together and showing that it was possible to change the mentality? The colonial mentality was being changed. How did people react to that?
No, the people reacted nicely.
So Ginger Penso scored this goal in April 1961, and it led to all these, the further matches and to the National Football League. How big a debt does Zambia have to Ginger Penso?
Ginger Penso did very well. He was a good player. In any ways, it was just like a Brazilian Pele, sort of.
What I mean is that goal opened the door for the integration of Zambian football. It led to these other matches. It led to eventually the formation of the National Football League and to football's role in breaking down the racist stereotypes that existed in Zambia. So what I'm asking you is, in your opinion, how big a debt does Zambia owe him for what he did in that match?
Or with Ginger Penso himself.
Yeah.
You know, Ginger Penso is just like a key to African football. Together with the Dumonjo Holet and Ginger Penso, Johnny Kachofa. Those were senior players we had.
Okay, what I'm asking you is, that goal was the most important goal in Zambian history because it opened the door for the integration. Yeah.
Yes.
So how important was it that he scored that goal, and how important is he in Zambian history, not just in football history, but also in the history of Zambia?
That was fantastic.
Okay, so in your opinion, he is that important. He is that big.
Very, very important.
Right. Now, he is 86 years old, and he needs help to for medication and things like that. What do you think should be provided to the legend of legends who scored that goal?
The country should know that, he did all these things in order to see that football in Zambia was up. We're supposed to give him something. That time we were playing minus money ourselves.
So, in conclusion, what would you like to say about Ginger Penso?
No, it must be honored. You must give him something.
Okay, thank you.